The young dragon looked at Shrek pleadingly.
Shrek, you must help me. Today is the Great Dragon Festival, and I'm supposed to light all the golden dragon pots, but I've come down with a nasty cold and I can't breathe fire.
Shrek thought about it for a moment. First, he could expel some gas over the dragon pot. Then he'd need a source of fire to ignite it. Okay, this could actually be fun. I'd be glad to help, Shrek exclaimed cheerfully.
You know, that's Shrek's whole character. He loves farts so much. So when it says you need a source of fire, it doesn't mean you need the chili peppers. Though there are chili peppers in this stage, those won't count. You need to have one of the knights shoot a flaming arrow at you while you're farting on the dragon pot. It doesn't make any sense to me either, don't worry about it. And in case you're wondering, the flaming arrows have plungers attached to the end. This game is rated teen, you figure they could afford to use real arrows. But this game is, it's definitely meant to be kid-friendly in every way possible. It just strikes me as so weird that this game is rated teen. They can't even use real arrows, they gotta use plungers. Now about this mission in particular, it's another mission about pathfinding. The castle is a small maze, but it is a maze, and the challenge in this mission is finding the dragon pots, not necessarily catching them on fire. Though as was said, if you do want to catch them on fire, you have to make the knight shoot them while you're farting. This can be a little difficult sometimes because the AI is not great, but if you jump up and down, that increases their accuracy. I have to wonder who carved these grassy paths in the mountainside, because that seems like it would take a lot of fucking effort.
A reluctant and slightly charred knight approached Shrek cautiously. Please help us, sir. My men are running in fear. Please stop these baby dragons from breathing fire on my knights. I'll bet if you could find some water to douse them in, our problems would be solved.
Because this level is kind of small, finding the baby dragons is rather easy, and there's a kiddie pool right here next to the starting point, so we already know what we have to do. The most difficult thing about this mission is that we can't grab the baby dragons directly. We have to grab a knight and lead the baby dragons with the knight. Now, after you figure out that you have to do this, there's nothing challenging here at all. The baby dragons will follow you very closely, and unless you're trying really hard to screw it up, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be perfectly okay. I do think it's a cute touch that the baby dragons will still catch the knights on fire while you're holding them. It doesn't do anything, it doesn't make the level any harder or anything like that, it's just a cute detail. Now something odd is that after you drop the dragons into the kiddie pool, they hop right back out, but now they breathe bubble breath like Enter the Dragonfly, and they still run around terrorizing the knights just don't catch on fire anymore, so I'm not sure if we've really solved the problem. Sure, we've made it a little better, but we definitely haven't fixed it, and why are the archer knights still shooting at us? I mean, come on, guys. Can't you see we're trying to save your friends? Maybe it just looks like we're working with the dragon to them. About the dragons, by the way, you only see the baby dragons in this level. You don't see the red dragon that the storybook refers to or that the level itself refers to.
Shrek stumbled across a young boy sitting beside an inflatable pool. He was crying, but seemed to brighten up when he saw Shrek.
Hey, you're that ogre that helps people. Help me, help me. The great moat has been drained in honor of the Dragon Festival. You must save all the poor little fishies at the bottom of the moat. Bring them up here and put them in my pool. I'll take care of them until the festival is over.
Did they have any idea how stupid that sounded when they were writing it? Oh, the moat has been drained in honor of the Great Dragon Festival. What? That doesn't make any sense. I know people have some weird traditions, but come on, seriously now. Anyway, this is my second favorite mission in the level because it's another exploration of the grabbing mechanics, even if it's a really shallow one. But the mechanics are very shallow, what did you expect? When you grab the fish, it flops out of your hand every few seconds. So this either means you have to pick it back up off the ground, or grab it while it's in mid-air. And I like to do the second one, because I like to show off how good I am at this Shrek video game, obviously. I'm just so good at it. Look at how good I am at this. I just keep flopping the fish all over the place. I really want to see someone speedrun this mission, because if you get the timing down perfectly, it'll appear as though the fish hasn't even flopped out in the first place. And that would be really cool to watch, although people who don't know what's happening might not understand it. But I do. All of the fish are in the moat, by the way. None of them are hidden anywhere. They're all in plain sight, and they're bright orange. So this entire mission is just about grabbing them after they fall out of your hand. Which isn't all that difficult. Oh, speaking of speedrunning this game has an extra mode called Race Mode, where all of the missions have a very strict time limit. And if you really, really hate yourself, I recommend you give it a try, because it's awful. For the sake of being absolutely clear... yeah, see what I mean? Shrek just sometimes hurls objects straight up into the air, and I don't understand why he does that. Anyway, for the sake of being perfectly clear, if you beat Race Mode, you unlock cheat codes. But I absolutely refuse to play Race Mode, ever. I don't want anything to do with it at all. Not even once in my life. I don't want to touch it. So after this, we've got one more mission left, and I consider the last mission, the fourth mission in this level, to be the finale of the game. Right, the game will try to tell you that there's a final boss that you have to face off against Merlin, and that's true. But that's not the real finale, not the real height of the game. The real climax is here, the fourth mission in this level. It's the best thing you could ask for in terms of resolution with this game, really. They shouldn't have even bothered with Merlin. I know he was in the intro, but they just shouldn't have bothered, because what we're going to do next is so much better. Just forget all about it.
One of the locals ran to Shrek as soon as he saw him.
That stupid cow is back, and it's worse than ever. She's up there in the guard tower dancing all day and all night. You must get rid of her.
It is the long-awaited and rather unexpected return of the dancing cow, the true final boss of Shrek. So there's an entire second area inside the castle that you would never find unless you were looking really hard for it. And it's only used for this mission. Like, there's no reason to go there normally. And the first time I discovered it, I had to wonder what it was for in the first place. Like, was this an abandoned test area? What is this? But no, this is apparently the guard tower, and it's where we're going to go to our final battle. But in reality, this is just a really big platforming section, and it's the hardest platforming section in the game, and the only exploration of the wall jumping mechanics worth talking about. You have to use the wall jump expertly here if you want to make it to the top of the tower, and for a while I doubted I could, like this jump right here. That took forever. That took forever to get down, but now that I got it down, I can do it all the time. It doesn't really help that there are flaming plunger arrows being shot at you the whole time, but this is still my favorite mission in the game. It's the closest thing the game has to actually good game design. I mean, I'm not sure you could make a trailer out of just this, and even if you did, people would probably still laugh at it. But sure, this is my favorite thing about the game. You may notice there are actually portraits of the dancing cow in this guard tower, and I think that's a little bit odd. I mean, aren't the guards trying to get rid of the dancing cow? And if they are, they're doing a really bad job of it because they haven't climbed up there yet. Then again, you might notice this guard tower is missing basic luxuries like a staircase, you know, to get to the top of the tower. I guess there are doors hanging around that we can't enter, but if the guards can enter those, they should have done that by now. Either way, here's the dancing cow. And something bad about the dancing cow is that it runs away really fast. Unlike the first time we encounter it, this is a tower, so it tends to run down to the bottom floor while we're chasing it. And this is a bit of a pain. We just need to fart on it one time, but that's proving far more difficult than it should be. I tried to sneak up on it, but as you saw, that did not work. It's just too strong. I'm running out of fart power.
The magic mirror has a message for Shrek. Merlin, Merlin has conjured up a posse of evil fairies and has commanded them to commit random acts of evil. It would count as a good deed if you could capture them all and put an end to their malicious behavior. Capture all the evil fairies. Mirror, you use some pretty big words, commented Shrek.
You know Shrek, he loves farts and he's dumb as a doorknob. That's Shrek. That's definitely Shrek. So you might wonder what we're doing back at Prince Charming's castle. We completed 24 good deeds on our journey so far, but we need to complete 25 to get to Merlin's tower. So we came back here to complete one of the optional good deeds, which is to capture all the evil fairies. This is the easiest place to do so, which is why we're here. It also serves as a demonstration for why these optional missions aren't any fun. We're just chasing down tiny red specks until we grab them, and we do that 5 times, and then the level is over. There's nothing unique about it. It doesn't really have a different context depending on the world either. You get the same dialogue each time you start one of these. The golden eggs are no different. You find 6 golden eggs in and around the level. Really boring stuff. That's why we avoided these missions entirely. Anyway, after we nab the last evil fairy and apparently eat it according to the sound effects, we will be able to head to Merlin's tower and complete the final mission. There is only one mission in Merlin's tower, and that's to take down Merlin, though his level is structured a bit differently than all the others, but you'll see what I mean when we get there.